It's like happiness insurance for parents because they are so busy and they're tired when they come home and they've got all the things that they've got to do and all the things they don't want to do. So Sleep Talk allows parents to work with their children while they sleep. And they don't answer back, which is great. Which is fantastic. Yes, it's one way. And it's like giving emotional hugs. Parents always give physical hugs, but giving emotional hugs are just as important.
Okay. But the key here is you're sleeping, but you want to tap into the subconscious mind, and there's a time frame for that. You call it the top hat technique.
I do, yes.
Explain what the top hat is about.
Well, let's say the top hat is the conscious, the face is the deep subconscious. And when a child sleeps, we now know through the research that's been done for years and years and years that there is always a level of awareness. The last sense to go when someone dies is the hearing. So we know that it doesn't matter how deeply your little one's asleep, never let them sleep in front of a television or a radio, because guess what? If the brainwave frequency is at the right level, that information is going to go in as truth, and it's not the truth for the little one. So that's why sleep talk is so important. And the top hat theory is you move the conscious mind to one side and allow positive suggestions into the deep subconscious mind, which sit alongside the negative previously accepted truth. I mean, we all know 7 years bad luck. I mean, that's a truth that we've all been given. That is not necessarily true.
So what you want to do is use this power to, the power of suggestions, you said, to reinforce positive statements so that, you know, when they wake up...
they wake up with a more happy personality, a happy mindset. Little ones who are being bullied at school might not share that information with their parents. So they might go to bed very distressed and upset, separation anxiety, bedwetting, Asperger's, all of these issues. And in the morning, if it's consistently given, they awaken with a more happy mindset.
So
they can deal with their world.
So this is a process that you go through. It's not a one-off thing.
No, it's got to be consistent, Steve. It has to be consistent for it to work. The only time it doesn't work is if the parents don't do it. And that's fair enough.
So how do you go about implementing this process? I mean, my kid is sleeping. I go up to him and I just whisper positive statements.
Well, actually, you don't. You don't whisper. You wait for the little one to be asleep for about 3/4 of an hour because there's a 90-minute brainwave frequency that we all go through. The younger you are, the longer you're in that delta level. So we have to gauge the sleep cycle, which is part of the training. So parents don't creep. You walk in. If you creep, the antenna comes up, what we call the RAS, the reticular activating system, and the awareness. What are you doing, Mum? What are you doing, Dad? So you walk in and you gently and quietly, don't whisper, and you give the foundation process, which is just beautiful, and it's one size fits all, which is fantastic, and takes about 2 minutes. So you're developing a basic understanding that they're okay, that they're loved. Parents would like to think that their child knows that they are loved. But you know, the research that we've done is really sad. Some children don't. They go to bed with maybe a statement in the back of their mind, oh, get out of my sight, you're so annoying, why won't you learn? They go to bed with that. And then the mum has a chance, or the dad has a chance, to give those emotional hugs during the night.
So what exactly are we saying to the children? I mean,
we're saying, Mummy loves you, Daddy loves you, we all love you, you are lovable. Basic statements, some 5 or 6 basic statements, which every child needs.
But how does that help the bedwetting issue, for example?
Well, the bedwetting could be possibly, the research shows that bedwetting is out of fear and anxiety, not because the little one wants to wet the bed, Steve. They are just as upset as Mum and Dad. Mind you, some don't care either, but most of them are very concerned. So the foundation, once you've got that foundation, I'm okay, I'm loved, I'm okay.
So you don't actually have to refer to the issue at all, whether it's bedwetting
No, because that's an effect, Steve.
Okay.
You're dealing with a cause. You're dealing with the basic foundation of I am okay. And that's where children who are bullied and children who are bulliers, children who suffer from Asperger's, the Asperger's syndrome, they have not a very good personal self-image. And this gives them the ability to deal with their world.
So you say tap into the subconscious mind. They're listening to you and they absorb the information. Why can't I customize my message then?
You do. Once you've got the foundation of belief and you've dealt with all the negativity. Once the negativity is out of the way, then you can start working on specifics, such as bedwetting, such as separation anxiety, all of those issues.
How do you know the negativity is out of the way and
that is part of the training. There's a specific, very, very strict procedural format that we follow, and the end result is, you know, the worst thing that can happen with sleep talk, the Goulding process, children become happy.
So it's a win-win in that sense.
Insurance.
And the kids don't know it, do they?
That's the beautiful thing about it, Steve. They wake up. I remember little Michelle, my own daughter, that I based it on. It took us about 2 years to develop it. One morning she walked out into the kitchen, and don't forget she had cerebral palsy, brain damage, dyspraxia, dyslexia, intellectual and emotional IQ of around 45, and she had major speech problems. And she came out after about 2 years, so it took her so long to sort it out. And I said to her, Michelle, how are you this morning, darling? And she looked at me, and she had that happy sort of face. Where did that come from? All of a sudden, from the deep subconscious mind, this word happy came up, but there was that puzzlement on her face. So she didn't know anything about sleep talk.
And that's because you were sleep talking to her.
That's
for how
right.
long?
It took 2 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry. It took us two years to sort this out. But the actual process takes about 2 minutes.
Every night.
Every night's got to be consistent, Steve.
Right.
No good saying I'm too tired to do it.
The same parent, or can it be the mother, the father, the grandparent?
Mother, the father, grandparents.
No.
At a push. But dads are sometimes just as tired as mums, and they come home later. So sometimes the mums can record the basic process, and when they've transferred the little one to the correct brainwave frequency, just play the recording.
How long did you do that sleep talking with Michelle?
Well, she's 45 now.
How's she doing today?
Wow, she still has cerebral palsy. She still has brain damage, dyspraxia and dyslexia. Intellectually IQ of around 45, but she's been happily married for 22 years, and her nickname at the workshop that she had to go to was Chatterbox.
Joan Goulding, the creator of the Goulding Sleep Talk for Children process, is a motivational program to help parents develop the child's emotional and psychological well-being while they are sleeping.
Yeah, I guess you gotta do it when they're asleep, because when they're awake, they don't listen to you.
They won't be there. Yeah.
So, as Joan mentioned, you need to undergo some formal trainings for this before starting the Sleep Talk program with your child. If you're interested to find out more, do make a visit to their website. It's mindworks.sg or sleeptalkchildren.com.
All right, we're going for a quick break here.